In July 2010, Volkswagen announced the production version of the e-up electric car, with sales scheduled to begin in 2013 and was subsequently unveiled at the September 2013 International Motor Show in Germany. The production version of the car has an 18.7 kWh lithium-ion battery able to deliver 160 km 99 miles on the NADC cycle. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 km per hour in 12.4 seconds and has a top speed of 180 km per hour, 81 miles per hour. The car can be charged with a 2.3 kW plugged into any standard 230 watt socket with 3.6 kW via home installed wallboards or with up to 40 kW plugged into a DC fast charging station via the optional combined charging system, which allows the battery to charge up to 80% in under 30 minutes. Our styling of the e-up was announced on the 5th of September 2019. This upgraded version is equipped with a larger 32.3 kWh battery, an upgraded range of 260 km 160 miles, and efficiency of 12.7 kWh at 100 km, 4.89 miles per kWh. The usable net capacity is 32.3 kWh, while the total gross capacity is 36.8 kWh. This upgraded version can accelerate from 0 to 50 km per hour in about 3.9 seconds and from 0 to 100 km per hour in around 12.3 seconds. The top speed is the same, around 180 km per hour, 81 miles per hour. The Volkswagen Up EV completely resists the modern EV trend of aggressive angles and massive force grills. It retains the exact same wheel at each corner, bossy shape as the petrol version. It's a city car, prioritizing maximum interior space over a sweeping roofline. To spot the electric version, you have to look closely. The front bumper features distinct bracket-shaped, C-shaped LED daytime warning lights, a subtle blue strip across the nose, and aerodynamic blade alloy wheels. The glossy black glass tailgate looks remarkably modern, even years after its initial design, cleanly hiding a surprisingly deep boot. Stepping inside the e-up feels like a nostalgic trip to a simpler time, which is incredibly rare for an electric vehicle. There is no massive fingerprint magnet touchscreen dominating the center. Instead, Volkswagen gives you a rugged plastic cradle right on top of the dash. You clip your own smartphone in, connect via Bluetooth, and let your phone handle navigation and music. It feels like a compromise and more like an incredibly practical, distraction-free design choice. Yes, the plastics are hard and scratched on the door guides and the lower dash, but Volkswagen cleverly hides this by using body color metal or textured trim panels across the face of the dashboard. Everything feels robustly bolted together. There are no cheap squeaks or rattles here. You still get a large, highly legible analog dials. The central speedometer is flanked by a power charge meter on the left and a pretty big battery gauge on the right that looks exactly like an old-school fuel needle. You have to insert a physical key into an ignition slot and turn it to start the car. A weird sensation when no engine noise follows. Also, to save weight and complexity, the rear windows don't roll down, they simply pop outward on a hinge. While the exterior and interior are delightfully low-key, the way the ER drives is where it completely outshines its petrol-powered siblings. This car was built for the urban jungle because it weighs relatively little for an EV and its battery sits flat in the floor. It has a lower center of gravity. Combined with its tiny footprint, it handles like a motorized roller skate. While its total hardware acceleration won't win any drag race, the 0 to 50 km per hour sprint is instantaneous. You can dart into gaps in traffic, slip away from stoplight, and command roundabouts with an agility that bigger EVs simply cannot match. The visibility is spectacular. Thanks to the upright windows and thin pillars, you can fit into spaces that larger vehicles have to pass up. And so is also the perfect car for the city to easily find a parking spot in crowded places. Another useful feature is the regenerative braking. It allows for one-pedal driving around town, capturing energy the moment you lift your foot off the accelerator. The actual friction brakes can feel a bit mushy if you have to stomp on them hard, reminding you of the car's weight, but for smooth, predictive city driving, you rarely have to use the left pedal at all because the regenerative braking will stop the car at almost a full stop while also recharging the batteries in the process of the braking.